Welcome tennis fans, sports lovers, and viewers from around the world, because what just happened on the WTA Tour is nothing short of seismic. This isn't just another result. This is a statement that changes the conversation. At the Upper Austria Ladies Linz Open, something extraordinary unfolded. Alexandra Eala has just pulled off a stunning upset over world number 10 and defending champion Ekaterina Alexandrova. Let that sink in. This wasn't just a win. This was a shockwave across the entire tour. Why this is so big to understand the magnitude, you have to look at who she beat. Alexandrova didn't arrive in Linz as just another top player. She came in as the defending champion, the player who mastered these courts last year and proved she could handle the pressure of this stage. She's a top 10 force, a proven winner, a player who knows exactly how to dominate in these conditions. And yet, Eala flipped the script completely. The context makes it even wilder coming into this match. There were real doubts. After her tough loss to Karolina Muchova in Miami, questions started to surface. Could she reset mentally? Could she adapt to a new surface? Would the momentum stall heading into Europe? Because transitions like this are never easy, especially for a 20-year-old still finding her footing at the highest level. And then this happened. Instead of hesitation, we got conviction. Instead of doubt, we got belief. Eala didn't just compete. She took control of the narrative. From the baseline, she dictated rallies. She absorbed pressure and turned defense into attack. And most importantly, she played like someone who expected to win. This wasn't an underdog hanging on. This was a player stepping forward. A turning point moment. What we witnessed wasn't just an upset. It felt like a shift. The kind of match where a rising star stops being promising and starts becoming dangerous. Because beating a player like Alexandrova in a tournament where she's already proven herself champion sends a very clear message. Eala is no longer just building experience. She's building wins that matter. The bigger question, so now, the question changes. It's no longer, can Eala compete at this level? Now it's, how far can she go? Because if she can produce this level consistently, especially on a surface that was supposed to be a question mark, then this isn't just a good win. This might be the start of something much bigger. Would the pressure of expectation finally catch up to her? After reaching a career-high ranking of world number 29, many wondered if this was the moment it all became too heavy. Today, Alexandra Eala answered with authority. A thunderous no. She stepped onto the indoor clay in Linz and didn't just compete. She dismantled a top 10 powerhouse. More than a win, this isn't just another result in a draw. This is a milestone, a defining moment that confirms her rise isn't temporary. It's real. Because defeating a world-class player like Ekaterina Alexandrova, a defending champion, on a demanding surface like indoor clay, requires more than talent. It demands physical endurance, tactical clarity, mental toughness under pressure, and Eala delivered all three. This is the kind of victory that transforms a promising player into a legitimate contender. The tennis world reacts right now. The tennis world is buzzing. Analysts are rethinking predictions. Fans are flooding social media. Because this wasn't just an upset, it was a shift in perception. A clash of styles. What made this match so compelling was the contrast. On one side, Alexandrova's explosive, flat ground strokes, early contact, relentless pace. On the other, Eala's heavy, left-handed topspin, high margin, controlled aggression, relentless pressure, power versus precision, experience versus fearlessness. And somehow, Eala found the perfect balance. Tactical masterclass. This wasn't random. This was calculated. Eala didn't try to overpower Alexandrova. She disrupted her. She forced higher contact points. She extended rallies beyond comfort zones. She absorbed pace and redirected it with intent. Every adjustment had a purpose. Every rally had a plan. This was a player thinking, adapting, executing in real time. What does this mean? Now the conversation changes again. What does this result mean for the WTA landscape? What does it mean heading into the French Open? And the biggest question of all, what is the ceiling for Alexandra Eala? Because she's no longer just exceeding expectations. She's redefining them. breaking it down to truly understand what happened here in Linz, we have to go deeper. This wasn't just about form. It was about the surface, the matchup, the psychology of challenger versus champion. Let's start with the battleground. The unique challenge of Linz, the Upper Austria Ladies Linz Open, is unlike almost anything else on tour this season. Played on indoor clay, it creates a rare hybrid environment. You get the slow, high-bounce dynamics of clay combined with the controlled, wind-free conditions of indoor tennis. No distractions. No variables. Just pure execution. It's a setting that rewards players who can construct points with precision and patience. Why Alexandrova was the favorite coming in, Ekaterina Alexandrova had every advantage. Her game is built on flat, penetrating ground strokes, early ball striking, taking time away from opponents on faster surfaces. That's devastating. She doesn't let you breathe. But here's the twist: indoor clay changes the equation. It gives opponents more time. It raises the bounce. It disrupts flat hitters' timing. And Eala used that perfectly. She turned the surface into an ally, not a challenge. The reality, what we witnessed, wasn't luck. It was preparation meeting opportunity. A young player stepping into a moment and owning it completely. And now, everything feels different. Because this wasn't just a breakthrough. This felt like the arrival. When Ekaterina Alexandrova is striking the ball cleanly, she can hit through almost any surface, even clay. Her serve is a weapon. Her timing is elite. And her ability to generate winners from neutral positions makes her one of the most dangerous hitters on tour. She proved it here last year, winning this very title and mastering the conditions at the Upper Austria Ladies Linz Open. A top 10 player, a defending champion, completely comfortable in this environment. Enter Eala. On the other side stood Alexandra Eala, and her story matters. Because this wasn't just about talent, it was about preparation. A product of the Rafa Nadal Academy, Eala has been shaped by a system built on clay court mastery, physical endurance, relentless mental discipline. And it shows in her game. A completely different style where Alexandrova brings flat power, Eala brings variation. As a left-hander, she naturally creates uncomfortable angles, especially with her heavy cross-court forehand targeting the backhand side of right-handed players. But her real strengths go deeper. Elite movement, defensive skills that turn instantly into offense, a tennis IQ far beyond her years. This is not just shot-making. This is problem-solving under pressure. Playing with something to prove coming into this match, there were doubts. Her loss to Karolina Muchova in Miami raised serious questions, especially about her serve. Analysts were blunt. If she wants to compete with the elite, that serve has to improve. The pressure was building. Her response? Tactical perfection instead of forcing power. Eala made a crucial decision. She refused to play Alexandrova's game. Because trying to out-hit a flat striker like Alexandrova, that's a losing battle. So she changed the terms entirely. The blueprint. Disruption from the very first point. The strategy was clear. Eala used heavy topspin deep, looping shots, high bounce to push Alexandrova back, especially targeting the forehand side, forcing uncomfortable contact points. She denied Alexandrova the one thing she needs most: time inside the baseline. This wasn't just defense. This was suffocation. The turning point. Psychological pressure early on. Alexandrova came out strong. The power was there. The intent was clear. But Eala kept returning everything. Balls that should have been winners came back. Again. And again. And that's when the shift began. Because for a power player, nothing is more frustrating than hitting your best shot and seeing it neutralized. Doubt creeps in. Margins shrink. Risk increases. And with that, errors follow. The serve redemption then came the most important response of all, Eala's serve. The very shot that had been criticized, held firm, not through power, but through intelligence. Smart placement, varied speeds, lefty slice out wide on the ad court. She dragged Alexandrova off the court and opened space for the next shot. And on second serve, she didn't panic. She kicked it high and deep, refusing to give easy attacking opportunities. This wasn't dominant serving. This was disciplined serving. The physical edge as the match wore on, another factor became undeniable. Eala's conditioning. Clay is a grind. It demands explosive movement, endless recovery, relentless stamina, and Eala thrived in it. Every rally became a test of endurance, and she kept passing. While Alexandrova looked for quick finishes, Eala extended the war. The reality of what happened, this wasn't luck. This wasn't a one-off performance. This was a complete tactical execution. A young player identifying her opponent's strengths and systematically taking them away. And that's what makes this result so powerful, because it tells us something bigger. Eala isn't just improving. She's learning how to win. At the highest level on clay, Alexandra Eala looked completely at home. Trained for years on the red dirt in Spain, she moved with total confidence, sliding into shots, staying balanced, and resetting point after point with precision. Across the net, Ekaterina Alexandrova began to feel the strain. A player who thrives on faster courts, she looked increasingly uncomfortable as rallies stretched beyond 10 shots. The longer the points went, the more the match tilted. A historic moment for the Philippines, but this victory goes far beyond tactics. This is history. Eala isn't just winning matches, she's carrying a nation forward. Every time she steps on court, she's pushing the boundaries of what's possible for Southeast Asian tennis. To defeat a top 10 player, a defending champion, at a WTA 500 event like the Upper Austria Ladies Linz Open, that's a watershed moment. It proves something powerful. Her junior success wasn't hype. It was a preview. The ripple effect this result sends a message far beyond one tournament. To young athletes across the Philippines, across Asia, this level is reachable. And inside this draw, everything just changed. With the defending champion out, players like Emma Navarro, Clara Tauson, and Yelena Ostapenko now see opportunity. But they also see a new threat. Because Eala is no longer just a dangerous floater. She's a giant slayer. A shift in the WTA landscape, zoom out, and the impact is even bigger. This result injects unpredictability into the entire clay season. The hierarchy is shifting. The established names are being challenged. And the new generation? They're not waiting their turn. They're taking it. The evolution of the modern game. Eala's performance today is a perfect example of where tennis is heading. Power alone isn't enough anymore. You need movement, spin, variation, defensive resilience, tactical intelligence. Today, she faced a massive problem in Alexandrova, and she solved it brilliantly. What this means going forward, this win changes everything for Eala. A victory over a world number 10 at this level brings a surge of ranking points, pushing her deeper into the upper tier of the tour. And the timing couldn't be better. With major clay events ahead, including Madrid, Rome, and ultimately the French Open, she now carries serious momentum. The other side for Alexandrova, this one hurts. Losing early at a tournament she conquered just a year ago is a tough blow. But it's also a signal. The tour is adapting. Opponents are learning. And even the biggest weapons can be neutralized with the right game plan. Final word for Eala. This is more than a win. She answered the doubts. She beat a champion. She proved she belongs. The composure, the grit, the intelligence. What we saw today in Linz will be remembered. Because this doesn't feel like a moment. It feels like the beginning of something much bigger. And if you want to keep following this incredible rise, from breakout wins to potential titles, stay locked in. Because this story, it's just getting started.